Hey, so do you ever feel like the sky is just going to fall if you make a mistake? And does it even get worse if there are other people involved? So maybe you're like a lot of us and you just are cringing about some mistake that you made years or even decades ago. Yeah, it's so awful, right? So there are a couple big pieces of learned distress that are really the cause of these feelings. And learned distress is the feeling that there's something wrong with you, and it's how you store complex trauma or childhood trauma. And early in life, your brain developed a survival mechanism to handle learned distress and allow you to fit well in your family. And so, like I said, there are a couple big pieces of learned distress survival mechanism that really are behind this particular thing. One of them is the feeling that you have to be more perfect all the time. And the second is that in order to survive, you need to get people's approval, or you need them to be happy. And so these two pieces really mash up to become this feeling that in order to survive, you must be more perfect all the time in a way that gets people's approval or keeps them happy. And so that's really why it can feel like you're just going to die if you make a mistake. The good thing is that you can actually remove layers of learned distress. And let me give you a picture of what that's like. This particular picture is from my life. And so a few years ago, I was leading a team meeting with my volunteer advocacy team and our US Senator. That's a pretty rare thing. We've done it maybe 3 or 4 times in 10 or 12 years. And so in the course of this meeting, he asked for our input on something, and it just flew right past me. I was thinking about 15 different things and I just missed it. But one of my team members jumped in right at the end and said, "Oh, hey, Senator, you asked us about this and here's what we think about it." And I was so glad that she did that. And, here's how that was radically different for me, because in years past, I would have just been absolutely mortified by this. I would have run around apologizing to everybody and confessing my sin of making a mistake. And I would still be beating myself up about it to this very day, I'm quite sure. But I didn't. I realized it happened in the moment, and later I was thinking about it and thought, well, yeah, that wasn't ideal. But actually, I realized that she was really the perfect person to make that point, and it probably stuck better, actually, with her making that point. And I just moved on. And this is really a hallmark of unlearning learned distress rather than just maybe managing it or fighting it. Because I did not have to spend a single moment like managing my feelings around it or like reframing it or anything. My automatic feeling about that was just different, totally different. And I actually thought, yeah, it actually worked out pretty great. So I wonder if you can imagine that for yourself, that the next time that you make a big mistake, that the way you feel about it is, well, that happened and it worked out great. Does that just sound totally impossible? If it does, I want to just assure you that it is not impossible, that this kind of change has happened for lots of my clients, not just me. And so I hope that gives you some sense that you do not have to keep living the rest of your life with just this crushing regret over mistakes that you've made, that really can change. So yeah, thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you out on another hike, and hope you have a great day. Take care.